The story that I want to tell you today is not my own. It comes from Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers of TV fame. He recalled a time when he was walking with his mother and witnessed some tragic event. When he asked his mother where God was, why God didn't help these people, his mother said, "Look for the helpers." That's a great message for us today. Being able to see God at work in the present takes practice, and it's a matter of taking on a new perspective, the kind of perspective Fred Rogers' mother had. The gospel passages that tell the stories of when and where and how Jesus appeared to his disciples after the resurrection are some of my favorites. This year, they're speaking to me in a very real and powerful way, perhaps because I see in them some parallels between the reality of the disciples 2,000 years ago and our reality today in the middle of this pandemic. In one of those gospel stories of Easter, the disciples lose hope completely. They had been locked up in the upper room, and they broke out of their fear and isolation, and what did they do? They went back to what they knew and loved best, fishing. But they catch nothing. Despair overtakes them yet again. And then Jesus appears, but they don't realize who he is. He doesn't berate them for their lack of faith or hope. He stands with them right where they are in their grief and despair, and he just tells them to let down their nets. And they catch not just a few fish, but an abundance of fish, more than enough, more than they ever dreamed possible. Then Jesus does the most ordinary thing. He cooks breakfast for his friends, and it's as he's feeding them that they realize that it's Jesus. How do we know that Jesus is here with us in the present moment, beside us, even within us? Well, first of all, because his word is trustworthy and he told us he would be here. And secondly, because there are signs all around us if only we have eyes to see and ears to hear. Where is he most likely to be? In the ordinary, in the everyday, in the places where we might least expect him, but that's where Jesus always is. In the breakfast cooked for friends, in the cup of tea that's brought to you by someone in your house, in the Facebook message or the email sent by a friend, in the plate of cookies left on your doorstep by a neighbor. Being able to see God at work in the present takes practice, and it's a matter of taking on a new perspective, the eyes of Jesus, eyes of love, openness, and most of all, gratitude. And that's our Easter task in this period of physical distancing, to look for the signs all around us that God's at work within us, around us, and walking with us.